I had a picture of God, just, big bearded man who maybe just judged people. I lived most of my life like that, knowing that, well, I'm going to sin. I'm not going to make it to where I need to be, and I'm not going to make it to heaven, so I'm not going to bother. In fact, I'm going to do it completely opposite. I think that's pretty much where I put, my higher power was, just working and drinking. And work came before everything. So my drinking disease and my work ethic combined, I'd just work as hard as I could and drink as much as I wanted at night. As long as I got up and went to work the next day, then I was being okay. I'd lost my family, lost my employment. I had a company at one time, lost my home, and essentially it made me homeless. Total disaster. Everyone around me had to pull away from me because of the self-destructiveness I was in. They basically had to wash their hands and say, you know what, you're gonna have to figure this out for yourself. And some people make it, some people don't. I just said, God, basically take it and, run with it. I'm not going to have any control over this situation. You're going to have to. And use me however you see fit from now on. Because, I can't do this anymore. God, allowed me to see a different way. I only had God. And only He was going to be able to pull me out of this. You got to believe there's something else out there. You can't think this just all happened by accident. And if you just have a little bit of faith and wait and see what happens in your life, your faith will grow. I mean, absolutely it will. There was a time where I couldn't be of service to anyone, nobody, not even in my family. Or today, I wake up, I'm allowed to, help anyone out that's in need. It's just giving back to what I have today is, I would say my number one thing in my life. But I think the one thing that He removed the obsession to drink from me. He gave me a desire to read His Word. That was something that always I had prayed for in the past. And every time I picked up the Bible, I didn't understand it. And today I don't fully understand, but I spend a lot of time in it. And I'm grateful that I have the heart to open it up, and it keeps me interested. And I continually read more and more and more. I mean, it's a daily thing for me. There's things I was definitely not doing prior to any of this, where I had a house or I had a company or, I had whatever, and I had these kids, but I wasn't praying with them. I wasn't sharing my faith with them. I wasn't bringing them to church. Where today we don't live in the same house with each other, but today we pray together. There's an opportunity that they, can follow Christ the rest of their lives. And who knows what, effects that'll have on their children or their children's children or their friends or the people around them. I'm just very grateful that He's first in my life. And I just pray that, it just stays that way.